Ladies and gentlemen, escorted by Roy Zachary, head coordinator of dance and art at Howard University. Ladies and gentlemen, Debbie Allen. We're here to talk about your new work, Freeze Frame.
Yes, yes.
Very exciting.
My name is David Washington, but my friends call me Moon.
My name is Eartha Davis. They call me Dancing Snack.
My name is Abe Jones, but people call me Slick.
My name is Jimmy and I'm 17. Around here they call me the Collector, 'cause I make them pay.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Yeah, we're looking for a Jimmy. What am I supposed to do?
Know your name. I know you're feeling me. One-on-one makes two, not three. Going on that long, break it down until the dawn. Come a little closer, girl. Let me touch you. I wanna show you. Get to know you. Feel your body next to mine. Take it slow and take my time. I wanna show you.
The window is open wide. The world is waiting there. You have the answers in your heart.
Debbie, I mean, you do many things. You act, you sing, you dance, you direct, you choreograph, you write, and you compose music. Why did you pick song, dance, and music to tell this story?
It's what I know. You know, the great August Wilson, who is incredible, and they have referenced him as the American Shakespeare, always talked about writing what he knows, writing the people that he knows. So I think I could probably direct anything. I think I could direct anything and anyone. And I have had some wonderful challenges. But if you're writing it yourself, you either have to write something that you know and that you have a feel and a pulse for. You can't just go, even if it's outside the box for you, meaning, you know, why is Debbie Allen doing something about gun violence? Well, why did I do all the stuff? You know, I went to Howard University, honey, don't mess with me, child. You can't come out of Howard without thinking about beyond yourself and outside of yourself anyway, so it's what I know, Hinton.
Now, this production hits our core and touches on a very relevant issue that we're all looking at in the U.S. today and throughout the world. In a recent interview with the LA Times, you were quoted as saying, "This is probably the most important work I've done in my many years." Why do you feel that?
Because what's happening to us right now is something we can change. We can do something about it. You know, it took us a while to even figure out AIDS. We didn't know how to solve that problem. I was the first one to do that on television too. You would thought I put Jesus back on the cross. doing a story on a different world about AIDS. It was the first time in the history, and it was the first time at that time anybody, an advertiser, asked for the script and then pulled out. And it was still our highest rated episode. So I think growing up in Texas has given me a lot of spunk that is needed to be successful. You know, everything has happened for a reason. Growing up with a racial divide made me stronger and made me able to take criticism. I can take it. Critics don't have to love anything that I do.
So, what has happened, or has anything happened to you as an artist that's made you take on projects like this, and are we to see more projects like this come from you?
Well, again, growing up the way I grew up, seeing the battle for civil rights in this country, knowing what terrorism is real, for real, up close and personal. I think understanding what and seeing what fear and hatred can do and wanting that to change, believing that we are part of the universe and the universe is constantly changing. It is the nature of the universe to evolve and change.
Where do you want this piece to go, and has it been able to affect in any way violence?
I want this piece to go to Dallas and to Chicago and to Boston, Maryland, Charleston, all of these places, Orlando, and places in the Midwest where they need to feel it up close and personal. Oakland. It needs to go all across the country. Then it needs to go across the ocean. Because this is happening everywhere. You know, look at what happened in Nice. Oh my God, in the middle of such a festive...
Yeah. So now, not to cut you off, but to cut you off. Because I don't want to run out of time, because I want to open up the floor to the audience so they can ask questions.
Actually, we also have not only an amazing director, choreographer, producer, but also amazing educator. Debbie, can you tell us a little bit about the Dance Academy?
Well, the Dance Academy was something that I was always asked everywhere where I choreographed, I'd have to stop and teach. I did the Oscars 10 times, and I can never forget choreographing. I said, this is very Dunham-esque, Catherine Dunham-esque. And they didn't know what I was talking about. Some of them didn't really know Graham, didn't know Fosse. So I opened the Debbie Allen Dance Academy to give the opportunity to young people that I needed as a kid to make that possible. And I spend most of my waking hours calling and begging and raising money to give kids this opportunity every day.
My name is Alex Clark. I'm a freshman dance major here at Howard. And you spoke briefly about your work on A Different World, and I just wanted to know, as an attendee of an HBCU, what personal experiences did you bring to that show?
Everything. Child, I put hot sauce on the table. Literally, there was no hot sauce on the table. There were no fraternities or sororities. I'm like, child, where are we? Come on. I brought my brother in, Hugh, he was a Kappa. I redid the titles, and you see them stepping and everything. I taught them all that. I also brought stories that were relevant. Howard University is the first school to take over the A building. This is before your time. You were not born then. But back then, we took over our A building, protesting and demanding African studies. We didn't want just a European education. We were demanding it. I was there when they pulled up the gate, the iron gate out of the ground and tossed it on Dean Snowden's desk, who was my professor, and I was shocked, but I knew it had to happen. Don't hurt him, don't hurt him, don't hurt him. Okay. our school, our parents were outside with orange juice and boiled eggs, begging us to go back to class. So, no, we ain't going back to class. We got what we wanted. A month later, 6 weeks later, Kent State did that, and those students ended up dead, killed by our own National Guard. We never thought we would die. We never thought those students would die. So what was your question?
So it was just, what like personal truths and experiences did you bring to a different world?
All of that. So different world, we took over the building, we did a show about date rape, we brought in a presidential nominee who was Jesse Jackson at the time to talk about voter registration. We did AIDS. I lost half of my dance company from fame to AIDS. I buried my children. Ugh. I had to do something about it.